Good evening and welcome to Justeventonline News at 9. I'm Anifat Ismail. The news headlines. Federal government plans regulations for e-commerce, cyber insurance. Northern senators oppose South-South Development Commission bill. Third batch of anti-corruption and transparency unit inaugurated in Lower Niger River Basin Development Authority. Varsities adopt 140 UTME minimum score for admission. Federal government to convert 250,000 vehicles to CNG annually. ASUP rejects new NBTE service scheme. Dangote refinery not licensed yet, NBTE says. FIFA rankings. Eagles drop to 39th globally, remain 5th in Africa. Now the news in details. The federal government plans to establish regulations for e-commerce platforms and introduce cyber insurance to enhance security in the digital economy. In the National Digital Economy and E-Government Bill, currently before the National Assembly, the government mandates the National Insurance Commission to develop regulations including provisions on cyber insurance to improve security in electronic commerce. The proposed regulation aims to provide a framework for the operation of e-commerce platforms in Nigeria, promoting a safer and more secure online environment for users. Senators, in a unanimous vote on Thursday, rejected a bill seeking to establish the South-South Development Commission. The lawmakers, after extensive deliberation on the bill, stood it down following stiff opposition from northern senators. The third batch of the Anti-Corruption and Transparency Unit, ACT2, on Friday, was inaugurated at the Lower Niger River Basin Development Authority, Ilorin. Speaking with the newsmen at the inauguration ceremony, ICPC Commissioner from Lokoja, Mr. Ulu Okoro, said the unit is to operate in all MDAs of the federal government as it serves as in-house check mechanism for all the MDAs. Justeventonline TV reports that Okoro noted that ACT2 is an initiative of ICPC and approved by the federal government since October 2021.
We came here to inaugurate ACT2. ACT2 is an anti-corruption and transparency unit. ACT2 is an initiative of the ICPC and approved by the federal government since October 2001. ACT2 is supposed to operate in all the MDAs of the federal government. It's supposed to be an in-house check mechanism for all the MDAs, the ministries. What ACT2 does in the ministries, what ICPC does, except prosecution.
Also, the MD, Lower Niger River Basin Development Authority, Engineer Sahid Aramu, said the ACT2 as an institution has made its own culture which represents the fight against corruption. He noted that the system will work perfectly with the guiding principle of ICPC and corruption will be tackled in the country.
So we have carefully selected them to function in that capacity as contained in the letter sent to us by the head of service that we should constitute this kind of unit as an appendage of the ICPC. They were our foot soldiers. They will be in the forefront to advise, and we also intend also to have similar units in our area offices. We have 5 area offices to also function in that capacity in the fight against corruption. Because if we're able to fight corruption, our system will work perfectly.
On our part, the inaugurated chairperson of ASUP and Assistant Director of Lower Niger River Basin Development Authority, Mrs. Obajemo, promised that executives will work hard and unanimously on the mandate given to them, while appreciating the management for the opportunity given to her.
I want to thank the management that's choosing me. This is a call to service, and we are ready and we are capable to do this job very well, to the best of our knowledge. We are ready to do it, and I promise that we will be feasible and we will do what we are supposed to do.
Heads of higher institutions of learning has pegged the minimum benchmark for admission for tertiary institutions at 140 for universities, 100 for polytechnics and colleges of education. They took their position at the 2024 policy meeting organized by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board in Abuja. JAMB also announced categories of candidates to be excluded from the post-UTME test conducted by admitting higher institutions. The Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative is said to mobilize all 36 states by year-end, converting petrol-powered vehicles to CNG, a cleaner and more affordable alternative. The PCNG's Program Execution Coordinator, Folari Oworu, announced this at a rally held in Kaduna, where 100 conversion kits were distributed to Commercial Transport Union members. According to him, the initiative targets commercial vehicles with partners in various states, aiming to convert 250,000 vehicles per year starting next year. The Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics has cautioned against any move capable of worsening the country's present economic situation, especially with the new service scheme released by the National Board for Technical Education. The union chapters in Ekiti, Kwara, and Ondo axis at a press conference in Ado-Ekiti said the new scheme was capable of killing polytechnic education. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has disclosed that Dangote Refinery has now been licensed to begin operations in the country. The Chief Executive Officer, Farouk Ahmed, made this known while speaking with a journalist at the State House, Abuja, on Thursday. Ahmed debunked claims that the regulatory body was attempting to scuttle the operations of the private refinery due to lack of crude oil supply from international oil companies. He stated that the refinery is still in the pre-commissioning stage and has not been licensed yet. The last on the news is sport. The Super Eagles of Nigeria have dropped again by 1 place from 38th to 39th in the world based on FIFA's latest rankings. According to the list released on Thursday by the World Football Governing Body, the 3-time African champions remain the 5th best team on the continent. The update in rankings comes after the conclusion of the recent international competitions, the European Championship in Germany and the Copa America in US. And that'll be all on Justeventonline news at 9. Here's a recap of the story. Federal government plans regulations for e-commerce, cyber insurance. Northern senators oppose South Development Commission bill. Third batch of anti-corruption and transparency units inaugurated in Lower Niger River Basin Development Authority. Varsities adopt 140 UTME minimum score for admission. Federal government to convert 250,000 vehicles to CNG annually. ASUP rejects new NBTE service scheme. Dangote refinery not licensed yet. NBTE says on sport. FIFA rankings. Eagles drop to 39th globally, remain 5th in Africa. Thank you for watching Justeventonline News. Remember, courage isn't having the strength to go on, but going on when you have no strength. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com and to read more updates. Follow us on our social media platforms with the tab at Justeventonline. You can also send us an email on justeventonline@gmail.com. I am Anifat Ismail. Good night.